Greetings and salutations, my geeky and psychedelic patrons. Welcome once again to the most far out there podcast in the North Country, presented from Life on Saturn Productions. It is We Got Nothing Blue. I am your host, Catalyst Jost, here at this time with the psychedelic chef of the North Country, Mr. Ty Cook. What's good, my dude?
Not too much. How's it going today, DJ? Thanks for having me. Excited to do this. Excited to talk about a lot of topics that we're going to be talking about today.
Word up. And for a bait and switch today, we're going to start off this podcast with Strange as So, as usual, on Strange as Fuck, we talk about either the paranormal, the supernatural, the downright weird, and at this time, relating especially to nowadays in terms of the current pandemic, let's talk about viruses, specifically the T-virus from Resident Evil. And I bring this up because this year marks the 25th anniversary of the survival horror franchise, and I'm excited to talk about the possibility of an actual zombie virus. As usual, Ty, you saw the videos I showed you.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even know too much about any of that. I hadn't played any of the Resident Evil games, but after watching those videos, yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how we adapt to something like that. We're already going through this with people having to be stuck inside their homes and, not being able to go to their jobs. Something like this, I think, would be probably 10 times worse when you think about it in the end.
You're not wrong.
Maybe 100. Maybe 100.
Before we get into the more reality-based aspects, let's see how fiction-based stuff would work. Now, like, you've been playing The Last of Us for a little bit there. Now, we were watching the video about what a virus would look like, and it seemed like there actually may be a possibility where there would be a clicker-like zombie, one of the big, like the mushroom dudes with a mushroom face.
Yeah. I forgot what the name of that was called. Do you remember?
The clicker.
No, the name of the actual virus.
The name
from the video.
of the virus. It's like something called like a Woodman's virus or something.
The Tree Man or something like that.
Yeah, so basically the premise of this virus is it creates cancerous tumors that protrude on the outside of the body there, and the tumors resemble that of hard wood. That's freaky in and of itself.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, I think the whole idea of any fucking zombie apocalypse is freaky to me. So
it went on to explain like how the rabies virus could actually like potentially be like used to create a zombie-based mutation virus.
If it was strong enough to infect humans or larger animals.
And the thing with the T virus was in the game it was used to try to better humanity, like help cure diseases, like almost make man impervious to disease, the human race.
Almost like a super soldier kind of thing.
Yeah, and let's be honest, especially nowadays, like it'd be no different than a vaccine, but like more accurately, it'd be a one-treat-all vaccine, you know?
Right. Yeah, definitely. I feel like that'd be interesting to have to see from an outside perspective, but from an inside perspective, it'd be, you'd have so many people that would catch on to us trying to create something like that and immediately jump onto it thinking it's a bad idea and we shouldn't do it, we shouldn't mess with nature. Then on the other hand, you have a bunch of people who are going to say, oh no, we definitely should do this, it should be given to doctors, soldiers, anyone.
Cab drivers.
Cab drivers, Uber drivers.
Definitely Uber drivers, especially those who like DoorDash and Uber Eats.
Right. Government people.
Essentials.
Yeah, those ones.
Now, transitioning back to reality, we also watched a separate video where what it would look like, how the virus would spread throughout the world, and there are evidence that the virus could absolutely, if genetically modified, could be waterborne. And if that be the case, God forbid, like someone infected were to get into the ocean or whatnot, like it would be a matter of days.
Yeah, no matter. Yeah, and they're not gonna go back to wherever they're from, and
like probably months, honestly.
Yeah, I think he said 18 days it would be for Atlanta, Georgia, at least, right?
Right, and like
it would be by the 18th day they'd be pretty much like overrun or infected and whatnot. I believe that's what he said.
Now, like, especially, like, looking at the science behind some of what, like, a zombie virus would look like, or even just, like, a virus that could be genetically modified for, like, more medicinal purposes, and that accidentally gets leaked, kind of similar to, I don't know what the coronavirus was being stored for, but...
Oh, you're saying how they had a lot of things left over for research?
Yes.
Or whatever, like, there's 2 strains of... smallpox.
Right.
After it was the only thing eradicated from the earth except for those 2 strains which they have for to make in protecting use for against cures.
Yeah, there are a version of a blank canvas. That's all you need to know. It's one of those things where, like, also looking at how, like, people wrote off the coronavirus, just how ill-prepared people were for how it infected the world, that also... it at the same time scares me, but it also kind of leaves me hopeful that in the event if globe-striking pandemic is going to happen again, then that we'd be more prepared for the situation. But at the same time, the way this went down...
yeah, this was bad enough.
Yeah, this shows we got some homework to do.
Killing each other for toilet paper in Walmart.
I have to admit, at this point, I hate to say it, but I don't even care about zombies anymore. I'm actually liking this apocalypse.
Make sure I get some toilet paper first.
Pretty soon it's going to get to the point where it's more Mad Max and you see people battling it out in the Thunderdome for toilet paper.
The fucking main event will be for like 3 extra rolls of 2-ply. Some fucking, what is it, cotton now? Whatever's got the bear on it, I'll fight for it.
And one, like, toilet paper roll with, like, golden flakes in it. That's their, like... that's their sacred statue, in other words. But, yeah, it scares me to think that, like especially how the coronavirus went, how a virus of, let's say, even rabies, let's say that strain mutated.
Right.
And how that would affect people. The video would go on to say that it would depend on genetics, kind of like how the coronavirus, like some have gotten sick, some have not, some probably can't even be infected. But that does not translate to the rest of the population.
Exactly. Yeah, with coronavirus, like, it'd be a lot like with the coronavirus where a lot of people, they don't think they can get it. They're going to refuse to do the things they have to do to fight the spread of it. And by the time everyone does do something, it's going to be too late for them. You know what I mean? They're not going to want to believe the government, or they're going to give a middle finger to the government was a big, like, we're not going to do what you tell us. And when in all reality, like, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
No, this is true. This is true.
Wearing the masks and all that.
And transitioning from the sins of ages past to the triumphs of today and the future, as part of Black History Month, we also take the time to acknowledge the big movement that blew up truly overnight, but has been truly building for many decades, possibly even centuries now. That truly came more to light in 2020 with the Black Lives Matter movement. On a personal topic that is really important to Ty and I, we want to acknowledge first in the world of professional wrestling. Not only has women's wrestling been much more important in the last 5 years than at any point in the entertainment business there, but they have gone so far as to make a women's Royal Rumble. And this past year at the 2021 Royal Rumble, The winner of the women's match was that of Bianca Belair.
The EST.
The EST of WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was excited. I was excited to see her win the Rumble. I was always excited the second they said they were going to be doing a Women's Royal Rumble, in all honesty, and especially with the talent they have, you know what I mean? They have too much talent to, be that Attitude Era kind of divas situation, whereas, you have Bayley, Sasha, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Sasha, Asuka. I could go on and on.
What really shocked me was that, it really shouldn't be a shock at this point, because Bianca is truly talented. Seeing her back in NXT, she always had the promo chops, and she had the athletic stock for it. She's a freaking genetic beast.
Even though we don't have crowds right now, if we had a crowd for that Rumble, everyone would have popped for her. She's good at getting a crowd to like her.
She's like Cesaro if Cesaro had promo skills, really.
Yeah, I'm a big Cesaro fan, so, but...
And I love you, but Cesaro doesn't have any current promo skills. More probably from, the creative, but still, though.
He doesn't... Give him a freaking manager or something, man.
No, anyway, that's what I'm saying.
We're talking about women.
Right. And Bianca was... When she cried at the end of the Royal Rumble there, thanking her parents and...
Oh, yeah, that was pretty touching. Did you see the video she posted of her dad watching her win?
No, I did not.
He gets up and he runs around the living room. He's screaming. Oh man, that was nice to see too. It's gotta be. Did you also see the video of when she first came back into the locker room or backstage when she came through the curtain? All the other women were standing back there waiting for her, hugging her. Huge moment, I think, for wrestling in general.
When it comes to World Wrestling Entertainment and their Royal Rumble, that's one of the biggest events in the wrestling world.
Yeah, the Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view of the year for the WWE.
It's where there's the most surprises, honestly.
Yeah, most surprises. I don't know. It's just always fun to watch. There's always good matches on the card too, beside the Rumble. I think
it kicks off WrestleMania season,
right?
And
except we get 2 freaking months in between it.
No, facts.
But it does let you know that it's almost time for the big one.
It is. I'm really curious to see who Bianca is gonna face there, because she has a couple of options between Shirai, Sasha Banks, and Asuka.
I'm gonna guess she's gonna go for SmackDown or NXT. Unlike what I think with the men, with McIntyre, Reigns, and Balor, who are all champion. I think all 3 of those guys are gonna be champion all the way up until WrestleMania. With Asuka, Sasha, and Shirai's women's champ on NXT, correct?
Yeah,
with those 3, I think there's especially with Sasha and honestly Asuka, especially with those 2, I think there's a big possibility they might not be the champs. We have Elimination Chamber and we have, I believe, Fastlane.
See, here's a couple of predictions I have. What is it? Charlotte Flair there. She could win the women's title on Raw, and then that could set up the rematch at WrestleMania between her and Rhea Ripley, because Rhea needs to be on the main roster right now.
Yeah, I'd like that. I'd like to see her win. I love seeing Charlotte getting beat, honestly. But
you know what I would like to see? I would like to see what is it? I would like to see Bianca versus Io. Io can have a good match with a piece of toast, honestly.
That would be a good match, too. If Sasha held the title to Mania, I think that would be a good match.
There's possibilities there. There is.
But I will not... I'll say all 3 of those guys are going to be champion till Mania. If you ask me about the women, I gotta say, I would say I don't know.
Honestly, for storyline, it would probably make more sense for the SmackDown title, but at the same time, if we want to see an actually good wrestling match, it should be either Bianca versus Io or Bianca versus Raquel Gonzalez there, because she's raising her stock there too.
Yeah, I have to catch up on NXT quite a bit, honestly. No, I'm really excited to see who she picks. I hope she doesn't pick it too soon. You know, maybe a month or so before.
Why not build up the suspense or make that.
You build up the suspense.
You know, if they were smart about it, they'd make that like an event for Fastlane that would actually make them watch that pay-per-view.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Both Rumble winners pick their Mania opponents at Fastlane. You know, whether it be in the middle of the night or even to end the night off. You know what I mean? Both Rumble winners come out, they say who they're facing. Mm-hmm. We don't have any other possibilities of title changes or anything. They can say, oh, this is who I'm facing, rather than we have 2 months, you know, and they're talking about, oh, will they pick Roman? Will they pick McIntyre? Will she pick Sasha? Will she pick, you know, when we have 2 months in between, we want to think, like, there's a possibility that it might not be these people, but they really emphasize the person, not the title.
Exactly, and more importantly, like what I love most about the will they won't they drama with the Royal Rumble winners is that they can absolutely take a back seat because it's so early in the season, where it's just like background noise, and they can still focus on other storylines leading up to WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't like the 2 month period. It always seems like the focus on whoever the Rumble winner is, rather than like if it's a 2 month thing. Bring it up every once in a while during a match or something, you know? Remind us all the time, but don't shove it down our throats like they do. Like, I don't want to hear Michael Cole say 20 freaking times, who's she gonna pick, you know what I mean? Like, bring it up a couple times during a match if you want, but I don't want to hear about it week after week after week after week after week when we have 2 months to go.
It's a small price to pay for the niche entertainment that we love.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop watching it, but
ever, honestly.
No.
But so on that topic, also with 2021, along with entertainment and a whole bunch of other external factors, this year has already brought on many changes, a lot for the better. Some are more debatable than others, but the point is, like, things are starting to actually look more towards the future now, more than ever.
Right.
And you, out of many of my friends, are truly experiencing that firsthand, especially with your family business.
Yeah, we are opening up a new family business. It's going to be a restaurant called Good Thymes. I'm going to be running quite a bit of things in it. I currently work at the Dry Dock, which my grandma already owns. I manage the kitchen, so when we get to the new place, I'm going to be doing a lot of the restaurant management, a lot of that stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot of the, once all this COVID and stuff is over, and I mean, obviously that's not going to be for a while, but once we get to a certain point, I'm going to be doing a lot of the party planning events, and I have my buddy, good friend Josh, he's doing up our design and our logo, which will be held above the restaurant itself, and also as well as the menu. As well as, I believe, Saturday the 13th, I will have Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram pages up and running for the restaurant. A lot of our menu items are coming over from the old place with us, but as well as a lot of new things that I've been working on, which I'm excited for everyone to see once I have everything completed and everything set and everything that's going to be on the menu ready to be posted and talked about. I'm real excited for that.
Now, if I may ask, how is the feel of the new location going to affect the way the business is run and like the general atmosphere of the new bar and restaurant?
A lot more open space, a lot more rooms.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You can't tell from the outside.
Oh yeah, man, you gotta come inside when I get my key. Show you the inside. They're still putting some carpet down, but yeah, there's 2 decently sized rooms, including there's a big space we have, in which we're going to be having dartboards and pool tables in, multiple of each. You know what I mean? Not just one in the back, one in the front. 3 dartboards, I believe we have at the new place. But and a lot of different ideas I have for the other back rooms, which I said I'm going to be doing a lot of the planning, like events for that. Live music, I want to get a lot of local people that perform to come to us, and doesn't even always have to be music, just different ideas that we can have. Just when everything's set and ready, throw ideas my way, I can do what I can.
Intriguing. Will this new business have an Instagram page?
Yes, yeah. I'll have all three, as well as I'll probably have other things as well. But I think Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are the main three things I should start off with. I'm gonna be looking into other good places to advertise, non-social media wise.
Okay.
Whether that be, especially word of mouth, but really anywhere I can advertise. You know what I mean? It's starting a new business. You want to be close to as well known as possible when you open up, or at least have a lot of people interested in the idea of coming and checking things out.
You mentioned before that you have your menu mostly picked out, right?
For the most, I have it written up, and I do have to go over it with my grandma. I have to pricing and all that. So
are you allowed to say of any particular items that would be particular meals that would be interested?
Well, for everyone that likes the food I cook now over at the dock, a lot of those menu items will be going over, such as the shipwreck, the hot pepper steak, and so on and so on.
For those of you who don't know, the shipwreck is dank as fuck.
Oh, yeah, thank you. A lot of wing flavors that I already do over there are coming over, all of them actually, as well as a few more dry rubs and a few more sauces. I'm going to have my own personal hot sauce at some point.
What is the new name of this location?
Good Times Pub and Grill.
Nice. Sounds like good times are yet to come.
Hell yeah, I'm hoping.
So, when it comes down to how the world would react to a virus, not unlike the times we're in right now, when it comes down to wrestling and Black Lives Matter, when it comes down to a new restaurant bar location opening up right here in Plattsburgh, flat out, folks, we got nothing. As always, I would love to thank our esteemed guests for coming on. So, Ty, thank you so kindly.
Thank you for having me, DJ.
Ty, how would you like people to follow you on social media, especially looking for more updates to Good Times' debut?
Facebook mostly, and probably Instagram as well. Once I have the new place up and running, I'll have a lot more advertisement-based pages, so to speak. But as of right now, you can look me up on Facebook as Ty Cook, or Instagram as CookieDough23. Want to look me up? Shout out. Thank you.
All right, and if you would like to see more of what Life on Saturn provides in terms of content, please look us up at Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe here on YouTube to Life on Saturn Productions. If you have any suggestions for what kind of topics you'd like to hear me talk about with my guests, please leave a comment in the comments section. And if you would like to hear what I personally provide in terms of content, please follow me at Catalyst Jost on Instagram. And with all that being said, folks, please keep your vibes dope, your zen flowing, and as always, peace.
Hey, I'm Saturn Lunanova. Be sure to follow Life on Saturn Productions on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook to see our short films and music videos. Peace.